Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where, once again, we're given a new singular villain on a new singular task. You know, like they try to build up the Huntsman as being this end-all, be-all villain, but at the same time, he's just the villain of Episode 1 of Legacy of the First Blade. Let's see. Hold on. The mercenary is Akia. He is patrolling the city north of Mount Panicles, which would pretty much be this city. So let's okay. In this episode, we're after the Tempest. I would not be surprised if the Tempest does not... Whether I'm not sure we are going to have to kill her. I imagine because we know her relation to her mother, there is the chance that we might be able to do so to get by without it. Oh, hello.
There they are.
There we go. There's Atos, the beast caller. Looking to call some beasts? Then call Atos, and Atos will call the beasts for you. For only 3 easy payments of $9.99, Atos the Beast Caller will call upon beasts. Let's see if this person knows that I'm here to fight. Because I want to say that... Oh, hello. And he has a bear companion. That's okay. Although, here's the thing. Like, these chickens might get riled up, as chickens are known defenders of mercenaries. Nope. Like, the target just kind of highlights on him for like a second, and then this... Oh, there we go.
This mercenary was sent by the Tempest.
And he's done. And then I'll just leave the bear alone, and then the bear will live on his life, not even knowing his own purpose. Just trying to find meaning and purpose in a world devoid of good and life. So yeah, like having these enemies that show up, these like huge enemies that they're supposed to be huge, and then they immediately die is makes them seem less consequential. Let's see, he's patrolling the Scavenger's Coast. So that means he's going to be on... way over here. Okay. Although at the same time, that kind of reminds me of Max Payne 2. Because Max Payne 2, like, it had... Maybe I should just kill this bear and get it over with. Okay. Max Payne 2 had the specific villain named Kaufman. And he was a named character, and people talk about him before he shows up. People talk about him after he shows up. But then he shows up. And he just kind of steps off an elevator, and all his entire set of lines in the game are his entire set of dialogue in Max Payne 2 is basically, find him. I think that's it, actually. I think that's all of his dialogue. He might have said something else like kill him or something like that, but I think it's just find him. I would have to check to be absolutely sure, but... And then you just shoot him with regular guns, and he takes like maybe a couple hits and he's dead. Because he's a human being, and human beings don't take that many bullets to be killed. Strange fact, but true. So it has kind of that similar idea in which it really pumps up these
There he is.
these characters. But one, you never really see them really affect anybody around them, and two, then they just die. like when Alexios was Demos, because you ran into him multiple times, and why is he standing on the roof of that building? What is your plan, sir? What do you hope to accomplish that you could not accomplish at ground level? Whatever it might be. Is it getting stabbed?
More mercenaries sent by the Tempest. Must be some bounty.
Alright, so, the special mercenaries in this part of the DSC are now dealt with. More quests accepted. That's the worst. Okay, so, like, Alexios as Demos, was at the very least, like,
He's over there.
You see him multiple times in the game. And he gets away from you multiple times. He wins a battle, he runs away from a battle. So by the time you fight him the last time, and you defeat him, he's been this foe you've seen several times over. As opposed to, like, as a deal, like an episodic basis. Like, we've saw the Huntsman once before our final battle with him, and then that was it. We didn't even see his face. He wore his stupid mask the entire time. We've seen the Tempest once so far, at a distance. And I would imagine we're going to see her one more time. Now, I'm still not sure we're going to be given the choice whether we can kill her or not. I think the thing is that's really going to affect... That's really going to affect whether or not we kill her. Is whether she kills her mother. Because we know her mother is still alive. And who she is. So I would imagine... if she kills her mother, then that might be considered irredeemable by the story standards. Oh, hello. I'm actually quite impressed that I haven't been spotted so far. Like, this guy kind of noticed me way over there. Nope, there we go. Now, how can I... It seemed like... it was... allowing me... Maybe I'm playing this way too cautiously. Maybe I should just kind of... Oh. Okay. Teleport stab it is. Nope, wrong guy. Oh, and I've got bounties on me, but that's okay, because the mercenary is right in front of me. Nope. Okay. I have definitely attracted a crowd of attention. Oh. Can you stop setting off explosions, sir? and just die.
Tempest will run out of mercenaries eventually.
Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, so I worked up a little bit of a bounty on that last mission. So now I'm just going to kill this guy, clear my bounty, because for some reason they don't mind. There's no notoriety building up. Nobody cares about the murder for people who collect on bounties in this culture. They're just like, that's the bounty collector. She didn't kill anybody that important. Alright, here are the two remaining mercenaries. Conveniently traveling right next to each other. So I'm just going to use up some of my adrenaline on nobody for some reason. I'm just going to teleport stat. Because then I can just chain attack them both until they're dead.
The last of them.
That makes the whole thing really, really easy. They shouldn't have been standing next to each other. Alright, so I've constructed the flamethrower, done the missions for all of these people.
Who do you think would have won?
I can handle myself.
Let's see what Natakas has to say. Or Darius.
Good, we're all here.
Or
Done everything you set
Kleta.
out to.
Now, to get the stranded people out of Achaea.
The Tempest is on her way to install the Chimera's breath on the Scylla.
But we have the Chimera's breath now. The Tempest will never know what hit her.
I hope you're
We've done
right.
what we can to prepare.
Now we have to execute.
We'll surprise the Tempest. Barnabas and I will launch a sea attack. Using the Chimera's breath to disable
The
Scylla will
Chimera.
give our best chance to get everyone off the coast.
The merchant ships?
The distraction should buy time for them to leave.
Natakas and I will make sure everyone is on board the ships. This is our chance to leave.
And since I've already destroyed the Tempest's fleet,
Darius is right, Natakas. You should be on those ships. Both of you. They're your way out.
What do you think, Natakas?
It's our only chance.
You have to take it.
We will.
We'll need somewhere to stay until then. Somewhere that won't raise suspicion.
how about
I
any
know
of
just
the
the place.
caves
A house
in this
in the hills,
area? There are lots and lots of caves. Let's go together. Let's save time. I mean, I'm not really planning to do anything else. I'm not planning to do any side quests or exploration, which I haven't already done yet. So might as well fast forward directly to plot. Although I would say that this episode is much more straightforward than
It belonged to a friend of mine. He tried getting out of Achaea, but he didn't.
than the first one, because the first one was much more complicated. It involved like Darius's backstory, the death of King Xerxes,
Something about this place.
the actual history of the order. It's boring.
I like it. It's peaceful. Too bad we won't stay.
Then there was the mystery of the huntsman. There was the really cool mission where he was like, hey, these are your victims. I've lined them up for you so you could see your sadness.
As always.
Whereas this one, it's just, hey, we need to get some boats across the
At least
river.
there's wine.
And
At least there's wine.
there's this boat blocking the way. What can we do to make our boat better than their boat? And then let's get drunk.
What have you done?
Stop it!
That's how I grew up.
But seriously,
Okay,
you're
one of my pet
a
peeves
very capable man.
is anytime that somebody
But
tells a joke in a movie, film, show, game, anything, and the scene starts with everybody laughing at the joke, and then once everybody's done laughing, it goes directly to plot.
to our friendship.
Because it just feels like the writers couldn't come up with a good enough joke. Like the only part of storytelling is the plot. And that's actually one of the reasons why one of my favorite scenes in Avengers Endgame, do not worry,
It reminds me of
I will not spoil any scenes of Avengers Endgame, but one of my favorites is one at the towards the beginning of the movie, where it has a couple characters doing something very, very ordinary. And I thought it was an excellent also scene for character building.
I should find Darius and the others. The stranded people are probably at the docks already.
So we teleported all the way to this house so that I could still be 552 meters away from the next mission. Great. But anyway, so like I feel that there's too much of an emphasis on narrative development sometimes, or plot development, and not enough time that could be spent on character development. Seeing characters just doing ordinary things that are unrelated. And I want to say that's something that you can see in Tarantino's films a lot. Like, you look at classic Tarantino films, like Reservoir Dogs, like Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction especially, people have whole conversations. Reservoir Dogs, they have a whole conversation about, what was that Madonna song, Like a Virgin? They have a whole conversation about that. Pulp Fiction, there's a whole conversation about McDonald's in Europe. Because, like, their lives are not spent around being hitmen. They actually do ordinary things. Like, if Pulp Fiction existed in modern day, several of those characters might have a Facebook page, and they would post really boring photos on Facebook, and then they would go kill somebody for money.
My friends. It's probably the last I'll ever see of them.
It's for the best, really. No, it's not going to be the last. You're
We always did.
still going to see them in
I
episode
told
3.
her how much she meant to me, how proud of her I was. Now that she's back, I'm scared I won't recognize her.
No, stop looking at him as though he's a romantic possibility. He's boring.
Real connections with people are rare, Cassandra. We shouldn't be too quick to let them go.
I don't do
I'm a
connections.
Misthios. I can't afford connections.
Because somebody's gonna kill them? Or because they're going to challenge me in an honor-based duel in which I must kill them in order to usurp leadership of their clan?
Captain! Hey! Captain! What's going on?
A massive fleet has gathered nearby. They seem to be waiting for something, but we don't know what.
The Tempest.
This ship, these people,
She knows. Somehow she knows.
they're going to kill us all in one swift blow.
You know, without music, the drama seems,
We won't be destroyed.
the drama seems to kind of be a little bit flat.
How?
Barnabas, ready the ship for battle. And the Chimera's breath.
And our sweet flamethrower.
Let's send this storm straight to Hades.
Latakas and I can handle things here. Good luck, Cassandra.
I'm pretty sure the gems encrusted into his bow make it a better bow. No doubt. Although, I shouldn't really say much because pretty much all of Cassandra's armor and weaponry is basically gem encrusted. The Sky Ripper. Let us enter Leviathan's maw. I don't know what voice I was going at with that one.
Here they come. Captain, the Chimera's breath is breath.
Okay, let us
Let's see what this thing can do.
swing. I've already seen what that thing can do. Let us swing around.
Get the oars ready!
And then charge this guy from the side.
Reduce speed! More speed!
Alright.
Slow down!
Alright, let's crack this hull. So that gets our health points back. Okay, reduce speed again. And then let's charge this guy and then flamethrower him down.
Keep up the speed!
Okay, so that's... Nope.
Sails up! Slow it down!
There we go. Okay. Now let's try charging him again. And, oh, nope, this guy wants some.
Slow down! Archer! Ready! Spears now! Forward!
Okay, I probably should board this ship because I'm running pretty low on health. Or I'll just crash through it. Because for some reason I'm... There we go. Are they? Or are we heading right for them?
Commander, out of the path.
More speed!
Okay, I probably should board these guys. Because I'm about halfway down on health. So the boost to my ship's health will definitely be very useful. Yep. Climb. There we go. It's still kind of odd that if you're fighting somebody on a boat, they likely cannot swim. Very few people, like, you just knock them into water and they can't swim. Which is odd because you compare that to, say, anybody who is not on a boat. If you knock them into water, they will be able to swim. Okay. And now they're done. Does this mean
We did it!
Does this mean the Tempest will show up with an even bigger fleet.
Another ship! Look at the size of that thing!
She's on there. The Tempest, Villa. She's on that ship.
Okay, so I will destroy her like I destroyed the others.
Increase speed! Raise oars! Rowing speed! Slower!
Maybe I should take out the other... Maybe I should take out the other ships first. Because, yeah, at this rate, she will sink us. So, let us... charge this guy that I've already weakened. Not exactly the situation I wanted, because that means I'm definitely going to have to board this guy. There we go. Okay, so I'll board this ship. That'll give myself my health back, even though there is so many fires going on. The ship should really be destroyed by this point. Oh. And there goes the leader of this ship. Oh, hello. How are you? And luckily, for some reason, boats don't shoot at other boats that don't have captains in command. It was a very honorable time, the Greek wars. So now I'll just need to hop on board. Why is the talk button and the take command button are right next to each other? Okay, she's too far away. That's fine. So now I will ram her on the side, and then set fire to her boat using an almost endless amount of fire. Seemingly endless. Might as well just use up all of my adrenaline. Now, should I could probably just, I was gonna say, I probably could just, cleave that ship in two, but, of course, there is a cinema that interrupts the gameplay, forcing my hand, potentially to board the ship? It's... the Persian Order has merged again. Oh.
Hey, you okay?
The Tempest is alive. That's a very rude way of saying, look, please, we're good. We don't
need anything.
We do not need help. Just say that you don't need help. Don't kill people who are there to try to help you.
Tempest, neither of us has to die. You! Amorgus told me all about the Tainted Ones. It is not your fault you were born as you are, but it is your fate to die like the rest. I will do what the Order needs done.
Fila!
You! What are you doing here?
There's so much I want to say, so many things. Please, give me a chance.
You had your chance. You had years.
I had to protect you.
I was drowning. Who do you think?
Literally or
Drowned?
figuratively?
You? The Order is my family. You are just a memory. My past.
You'll never be one of them. You're a tainted one, Fila.
What?
What does it mean to be a tainted
I
one?
know what I am. Amorges gave me purpose, guided me. I'm no monster. I am the Tempest.
The Order is using you, or you are Cleta's daughter? Both are technically correct. I would say the Order is using you, and when they're done with you, they'll kill you. But then you are Cleta's daughter, goes towards her humanity.
You don't have to prove anything to anyone, Fila. You don't have to be the Tempest. You can just be you. That's enough.
You can call me up on Friday nights,
No.
and we
You
could go
might be
bowling
tainted ones, but that doesn't make
with
us
my
who we
cousin,
are.
Roman.
No. I control my fate. I control my future.
You know, that seems like a
Please,
response to both things.
Let's just
Like,
go.
if I said
You
the
and me.
Order was controlling her,
everything here.
then she would say that I control her fate, control my own fate. Should I flip for this one? Because I feel that if I tell her to go to her, Cleta's going to die. If I tell Cleta to stay back, that might lose the moment. But I don't really care.
She
So-
needs you, Cleta.
Please, you still have family. You still have me.
Mater!
You're my daughter, Phil. I should never have pushed you away. I have always been so...
Mater! This is all your fault, Eagle Bearer.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Your fault!
I'm not going to disagree, but I'm still going to fight you.
You from the face of this world! Face me!
Huh, and she's got a sweet flaming sword going on. I want that flaming sword.
They said you were tough, Eagle Bearer!
Well, they were correct. They were very correct about how tough and awesome I am. Although this has got to be a much... This is a much more dramatic end fight than it was against the sorry, not the Tempest, but the Huntsman, at least. It's in night. It's in the rain. She's got a flaming sword going on. Emotional attachments were killed. Nope. So this is a relatively tough... Nah, damn it. And I'm on fire. That's the problem. I have to worry about the fact that I'm on fire. Am I gonna have to worry about this random Spartan dude that just rode by? And that's kind of interesting when there's that specific ability that kind of prevents stagger. And while she's running it, that means that I don't get the complete combos. Like if I used my assassin ability right now, it wouldn't do the complete combo. It would just be like that shortened version.
Death is coming, Mistios.
Is it?
You'll be dead soon.
Will I? Are you positive about that? Where did he come from? That was a really...
Complete your mission, Tempest! It's the will of Amorgus!
That was a really awkward roll into the rain.
We are not your enemies, Vila. The Order think they can control you, that you are nothing more than an instrument who kills on command. Be more than that. Don't let them take away your humanity. Stand and fight!
Wow, your courage has allowed me to ignore my wounds. Oh, nope, they're still there.
Mater, please don't die. There's still so much I need to say.
Just... Oh, she's still alive? Okay.
I have always been so...
Like, you think she already had her last gasping words, dying in the rain, and then, nope, she's still got a little ways to go.
There is no simple life for us. Only death.
The rain effect looks really bad here, gotta say.
Like this.
Like, when it's really zoomed in like that, it makes me feel like
Father, the waters are open. We should get out.
like
while we
they
still
never
can.
intended to have like a dramatic scene in the rain while somebody was lying down.
At least they're together now.
Together in hell! Actually, or some Greek version of that. See, this cinematic, this got all the extra touches.
Darius and Atakas will be leaving soon. I should see them before they go.
Should I see them? I suppose I should. I mean, might as well finish off,
The Greek world can cause them no more pain. They can finally leave safely. It's a good thing.
might as well see to the end of episode 2.
Over here.
Mother, we can finally go home.
Oh yeah, the people at the beginning of the story.
You once told me of a dream you had. A simpler life. A small stall in the Agora, fishing with your son.
I had that dream? Okay.
Are you going to do it?
I might. Someday.
I mean, I've got like 1,000 years to fill up or so. 2,000 years? I don't remember exactly what year this game takes place in. But it's going to be quite a few, at least a few hundred years to fill up in time's worth. So, might as well have some of it spent in a simple life.
Cassandra.
It can't all be
Darius.
sneaking up on people and stabbing them in the back.
So, this is it.
This is it.
Natakas. Darius. Sail hard. Sail far. And never look back.
I will not be drawn into your romantic relationship.
I left you a letter, Cassandra. Said everything we couldn't. It's in Vime, in the house. Look for the wine!
I always do.
Okay, so
Natakas and Darius are safe. The Greek world can cause them no more pain. It's good they left.
it is good. I agree completely. So here's the question I got right now. Is this letter essentially going to be the end of this episode, or is it going to be the bridge to the
Alone again.
final episode of Legacy of the First Blade? Because there is still one more episode, so they're not out of her life just yet. Like, so it makes me wonder if going back here to get this letter. One, if the letter tells her more about the Order and gives her a reason to pursue the Order, or two, when I try to go and collect the letter, it is actually the Order has already gotten there first, and I must fight them off. And because I have fought them off,
Left a letter for me at the house in Vime. I'm not sure I'm ready to read it.
you're ready to read it. You're not as emotionally attached to this Natakas fellow as you think you are. There were way more interesting people that you could have gotten emotionally attached to, and then you ended up killing. That Cassandra ended up killing in this quest. So, like, the fact that Natakas is getting all this romantic representation, I can kind of see how people got a little bit annoyed
This
with...
place was filled with laughter once. Maybe once was enough. Natakas' letter.
Cassandra, I met you at a very perilous time in my life. We have different destinies, and I'm just glad ours intertwined, however briefly, though it brings sadness to untangle from that thread. I wish you nothing but the best in whatever lies next. I know my father feels the same way. This is how Natakas sounds, by the way. Natakas is secretly played by Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin. He just decided, you know what, I'm going to use my the same acting technique I used to play the Kingpin and bring it over to my role as Natakas. Maybe it's only on my part, but it's been a long time since I've had someone I could call a friend. Maybe more. I'm afraid that I'll never find that again. But well, at least there's wine and Vanessa. Also, that scroll is like stiff as a board as she's kind of holding it in one hand.
At least there's wine.
Get drunk. Go to a brothel. Have a good time. Actually, go to the island of Aphrodite, where that's encouraged.
At least there's wine.
Am I getting railroaded into
Here, Cassandra.
I'm getting railroaded into a romantic connection. Yeah. You spend the entire I can think I can see what players had issues with in regards to this DLC. Because like you spend and then his dad came to watch. Like everything else in the game you have choices with. But then this thing you don't. So oh, remember the good times when you were just punching my dad? He was all shirtless. And like you weren't shirtless, but I wonder if this is supposed to kind of mirror when we first see her at the beginning of the game, because when we first see her, Cassandra, at the beginning of the game, she's just kind of dressed casually, sitting on a rooftop, humming to herself. A good 78 hours ago. But alas, this kind of peace can't last forever.
Darius has kept watch all night. Better say good morning.
Oh, we got a dog now. Okay, everything's alright. I guess I could hang out with Natakas as long as we got this cool dog. Look how cool he is. If only there was a pet function. A way to tell this dog, you know what? Stop shoving your entire snout into my crotch. A way to tell this dog that he's the best boy that ever boyed. Or the best girl that ever girled. I don't know what the gender is of that dog. Maybe that dog identifies as non-binary.
Soft kiss of the breeze. The smell of
Who
the
am I
ocean.
to assume that dog's
Why
gender?
should I sleep? I'd miss it, Cassandra. I'd miss all of it. The hungrous warrior in the Greek world has ravaged our milk and bread supplies again.
Already? I restocked less than a week ago.
His appetite may consume us all.
More milk and bread it is then. I'll go by the usual.
Double. But here. I was supposed to pass these to the merchant, but I got carried away with the,
He has that effect on people. I'll deliver this for us and, buy double the usual. The Agora should already be open. Be home soon.
And thusly, Cassandra lived an ordinary life for the next hundreds or so years.
Milk and bread coming right up.
Until... Can I do sick dives while holding on to this basket? The answer is not really. I can kind of jump off things. Which is not what I wanted in life, but here we are. just an ordinary civilian.
How's my favorite customer?
Tired. Hungry and tired.
Ah, it was the same for me. Enjoy these years.
I will. I am. Anyway, here's what Darius owes you. We'll need double the usual. Milk and bread, please.
About the bread. I ran out of wheat. I was supposed to fetch some from the farmer down the road. Perhaps you could help me with that.
For my favorite merchant, anything.
Thank you, Cassandra.
I'll be back from the farm soon. It's not too far away.
You know, this kind of
Fish be so still. We live by the sea. The wheat farm isn't far. This'll be quick.
This kind of reminds me of Red Dead Redemption. Especially the ending sequence where,
Soon
like,
enough.
you've done your job and you go back to the farm and you're just doing farm activities for the longest time. And then everything goes to hell.
Merchant sent me to pick up his wheat.
Excellent. It's right there by default.
Okay. Wheat acquired. Now, can I exchange the wheat for wool? No, only for milk and bread.
Here you go. Your wheat.
I'll make
Your
the bread right away.
wheat.
Can't leave my favorite customer waiting.
Oh, he can just make the bread like... How much time does it take to make bread?
Here you go. Bread fresh from the oven and milk straight from the goat.
I'll see you sooner than I'd like to. This stuff won't last long.
Sometimes I think Elpidios keeps my whole business running.
It's very possible.
Elpidios? Ambrosia of milk. Is it the dog?
Milk and bread. Check. Better get this home.
And everything's going to be A-okay. Nothing's going to be wrong at all. We've already retired. We've gotten our boat.
Place even
It's
in
called the I Live Forever.
Hey, look who's home.
Ah, Natakos. Natakas. Not Natakos. Not burritos. They have a child together.
How is my Elpidios? How's my son?
I don't know if Elpidios is adorable or frightening.
He missed
It's
his
hard to
mother.
tell.
And she missed him.
Promise me, Cassandra. This is our life. This is our home.
Don't worry, I've given up my life of... I chose this life because the DLC railroaded me into a romantic relationship that I tried to push away. I'm not gonna secure the bloodline. That sounds boring.
Do you remember?
Alright, let's just double down on the
Us,
romance.
The huntsman?
I remember you, Natakas. Only you. Home isn't a place, it's people. It's us. As long as we're together, we're home.
You know Elpidios? That's where your mother grew up. Kefalonia.
Right there. But it wasn't until I came here, until I met you, that I truly felt home.
Cleta and Fila on the beach that day, they couldn't escape their fate. It always ends in blood. My
So I
family
wonder
died
where
for so
exactly
long.
where exactly
Maybe
this
some
is
things
going
can't
to
be
go.
undone.
And how this will...
Whatever storm rolls in, whatever Amorgis and the Order are planning, I swear to you, I swear to our son, I will keep us safe.
This fight we have with the Order, this war, It's not going to be won in my lifetime. Or
Well, that's
yours.
okay, because
Maybe I was foolish to think
I
it
can
could
live
be.
forever.
But fate does not define us. Our actions do. Our little Leonidas spoke his first word today.
What? I didn't hear.
That's not possible. What did he say?
Grand Pater. Or maybe he burped. It's hard to tell at his age.
He said Darius is so cool.
Who's my genius
And-
grandson? Who's just like his grandpater, Darius.
You see, if you only have to model the face and then just wrap up the baby, then you don't have to model the arms or legs. It makes for a very convenient baby model. Oh, who is this?
Is there
Barnabo?
anything more beautiful than
Orontes?
this? A simple life. Get word to Persia. Send the fleet. Send everyone.
By your command, Amorges.
Now, my question then becomes, does the child live?
I'll see you soon, old friend.
I'm not necessarily that concerned about Darius or Natakas.
Sis is hosting a celebration in Rimne. This I have to see.
Okay. So, looks like episode 2 is done. I think I can see why people, yeah, like I said, I think I can see why people complain. It would have been nice if like this was set up as something that wasn't a choice as opposed to something that was a choice, because it was set up as something that was a choice. Because you're given multiple choices to say goodbye or tell him to stay. You're given those choices, and then at the end you don't have a choice. So it would have been nice if they kind of just pushed that, almost as kind of like how Grand Theft Auto has its missions. Like, Grand Theft Auto doesn't really give you a choice. It kind of like gives you plot missions to play through. And so it could have had like maybe a romantic evening between the two become that non-choice. But I suppose I'm going to stop here, and I believe next time it will be the beginning of Legacy of the First Blade, Episode 3. Thank you for watching. Questions, comments, recommendations for something to play next? Comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long for now.